Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle, and it is officially All-Star Weekend beginning today, technically. Anyways, even though every team in the league has played more than half of their games, for me at least, the All-Star break marks the official halfway point of the season, and here's how things have shaped up so far. I'm going to list the top teams in each conference. These are the teams that, if the season ended right now, they would be in the playoffs. And starting with the Western Conference, we have, in order, number 1 through 8, the San Antonio Spurs, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Denver Nuggets, the Golden State Warriors, the Utah Jazz, and the Houston Rockets. And then in the Eastern Conference, number 1 through 8, we have the Miami Heat, the New York Knicks, the Indiana Pacers, the Chicago Bulls, the Atlanta Hawks, the Boston Celtics, and the Milwaukee Bucks. And these are the top 5 teams in the league overall up to this point. Number 1, we have the San Antonio Spurs. They are 42-12 with a win percentage of .778. They are not only on pace to have their 14th consecutive 50-win season, but they also could possibly get to 60 wins for the second time in the last 3 seasons. And then you've got the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are 39-14 with a winning percentage of .750. And through the entire 2011-2012 season, they were either number 1 or number 2 in the Western Conference standings. And this season, they have remained in the top 3 the entire year. And they are not only on pace to have their third 50-win season in the past 4 years, but they could potentially reach 60 wins for the first time in franchise history. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would not be shocked if it did. And then you've got the Miami Heat. They are 36-14 with a win percentage of .714. They've been at or near the top of the league all season and are on pace to win 50 games this year. The Los Angeles Clippers are 39-17 with a win percentage of .696. They've been in the Big Four in the Western Conference all season, and during that 17-game winning streak, they were considered the best of the best. And they are on pace to win 50 games for what would be the first time in the entire history of the franchise. That's dating back to 1970s when they were the Buffalo Braves. The most they've ever won was 49 games. And that was way back before they moved to California. And then last but not least, you have number 5, the Memphis Grizzlies, 33-18 with a win percentage of .647. They've been one of the top 4 teams in the Western Conference for most of the season. A few trades got them off track for a short while, but they are still on pace to possibly win 50 games for what would be the first time in franchise. It would be the first time in franchise history, and they are also on pace to potentially tie their franchise record for 3 straight seasons with a winning record. They did it not too long ago, earlier at the turn of the century, and now it looks like they're going to be doing that again unless some horrible catastrophe befalls them. Anyways, on to All-Star Weekend. What's going on? The festivities, what's happening? There are no actual games being played, but here are the people that are going to be participating in each event. First, we got on Friday the BBVA Rising Stars Challenge. On Team Chuck, you've got Anthony Davis, Kenneth Faried, Kawhi Leonard, Bradley Beal, Ricky Rubio, Tristan Thompson, Nikola Vucevic, Brandon Knight, Isaiah Thomas, Alexei Shved. Never even heard of that dude. Anyways, on Team Shaq, you've got Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, Andrew Nicholson, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Chandler Parsons, Dion Waiters, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Tyler Zeller, Kemba Walker, and Andre Drummond was originally supposed to be there but will not appear because of a back injury. And Team Shaq definitely has a dangerous front court, but I like Team Chuck because they're better all around. I like their big men much better, and it's not like the point guards, the guards are pushovers. So I'm choosing Team Chuck. And then on Saturday, well, we've got all the big festivities. First of all, what you've really been waiting for, the D-League All-Star Game. Because I'm guessing that most of you are like me and are thinking right now, There's a D-League All-Star game? I pay absolutely no attention to the D-League and will not talk about this game at all. Apparently, there's also a D-League dunk contest, which I'm guessing no one knew existed either, unless you're one of those hardcore basketball fans who watches all types of basketball on all levels, including those 5-year-olds who have no idea what the fuck they're doing and never actually reach double digits, because that's kind of how I see the D-League, at least compared to the NBA. Anyways, on to the real thing. We've got the Sears Shooting Stars. Too many S's. Anyways, the ever-evolving event that no one really pays attention to, so they continue making changes in the hopes that people will actually start paying attention to it. This year, they have 2 teams representing the Western Conference and 2 teams representing the Eastern Conference. You've got, from the Western Conference, Team Westbrook with Russell Westbrook, Robert Horry, and Maya Moore. They are my favorite to win simply because Robert Horry has that clutch gene. He can make all the shots. But the other guys participating are Team Harden, which has James Harden, Sam Cassell, and Tina Thompson. You've got Team Bosh with Chris Bosh, Swin Cash, and Muggsy Bogues. And you've got Team Lopez with Brooke Lopez, Dominique Wilkins, and Tamika Catchings. And then you've got the Taco Bell Skills Challenge, which you will see the return of defending champion Tony Parker. And trying to take away his crown, you've got Damian Lillard, Jeremy Lin, Brandon Knight, Jeff Teague, and Drew Holiday. And then you've got the Foot Locker 3-point contest. You've got Paul George, Ryan Anderson, Kyrie Irving, Matt Bonner, Steve Novak, and Stephen Curry. And you know what? I'm taking all my money. I'm throwing it on the floor. Novak's taking the 3-point competition. Alright? Novak. I got that money on the floor. Bet on it. Novak. Anyways, we've also got the Sprite Slam Dunk competition. There's Gerald Green, Terrence Ross, James White, Eric Bledsoe, Jeremy Evans, and Kenneth Faried. And honestly, Kenneth Faried is the only one of these players that I've ever actually seen dunk the ball. Eric Bledsoe is the only other guy on this list whose name I actually recognize, and I've never seen him go at the rim, so I guess I'm technically rooting for Faried. I don't know, just kind of by default. Whatever, I'm gonna be at work anyway, so it doesn't matter. I hate my life, but I'll see all the highlights. Anyways, on Sunday, you've got the All-Star game, and the starters for the East are Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Kevin Garnett, and Dwayne Wade. Rajon Rondo was supposed to be a starter, but he won't be able to participate because of an injury, and I don't know who's taking his spot in the lineup. But the reserves are Chris Bosh, Tyson Chandler, Luol Deng, Paul George, Drew Holiday, Kyrie Irving, Brooke Lopez, and Joakim Noah. And for the West, the starters are Kevin Durant, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul. And the reserves are LaMarcus Aldridge, Tim Duncan, James Harden, David Lee, Tony Parker, Zach Randolph, and Russell Westbrook. And if I had to say, it's very easy for me to just say West right now. Don't get me wrong, the East has plenty of talent, but the West has more, and the West has basically been dominating the Eastern Conference throughout most of the season. You could potentially see 2 Western Conference teams with 60+ wins this year, and I'm just saying West. It doesn't really matter anyways. It's basically gonna be a dunk contest / 3-point competition. There's really not much going on. Everyone's showing off for the cameras. There will be no defense. But it's enjoyable to watch anyways. It's a good way to waste a few hours of your life if you got nothing better to do on a Sunday. In either way, I'll be back next Monday with another edition of the NBA Weekly. And until then, I hope you enjoy the weekend. This has been the Fan Perspective. Happy Friday. And just, enjoy it because there's really nothing else you can do. You can either enjoy it or ignore it. But you can criticize it all you want. But these guys don't really care. They're not really being serious here. It's just a little extra money in their pocket. There's not really much to it. I should really pick up this money now. Bye.